Patrons living on Terra Heights Drive north of Manhattan shared concerns Thursday with the Riley County Commission about problems they've encountered with short-term rental properties. Dale Blassie told commissioners he's called the Riley County Police Department 4 times to report people holding parties, and police responded to 2 of his calls. Blassie says he doesn't have an issue with short-term rentals being allowed, but wants disturbances to be addressed.
That issue is stepping on our toes as private residents who live there every day.
County Clerk Rich Vargo says the county is sympathetic to the concerns, but adds that the county's hands are tied since officials are limited in how those violations can be enforced.
The county really doesn't have no teeth, or the courts, until state law would enhance the problem.
But they'd have to make it a difference.
They'd have to make a state law that would give counties and cities more authority to actually have a real, for lack of a better word, threat to that owner or business person that something substantial is going to happen and the court could uphold it.
County Councilor Clancy Holman says laws addressing short-term rentals are working their way through the legislature but are still in the early stages, and also says violations of these regulations are seen as low priority in the courts. Riley County Emergency Management officials teamed up with the National Weather Service Thursday for our annual Storm Spotter class in Manhattan. Meteorologist Chad Omet spoke to residents about severe weather safety tips, how to report information, and an in-depth look at weather patterns. He also reminded residents of priorities when chasing storms.
Chasing's become a big deal, and it's a hobby. People like it, they enjoy it. And certainly you have to learn about the storms. You have to become educated. You have to become very, very aware of the dangers and understand safety. But certainly safety is number one.
Yesterday's class also encouraged citizens to become storm spotters themselves. Riley County Emergency Management Coordinator Lori Harrison.
Well, we would like for people to sign up to get their ham radio operator license. That's through the FCC. We can certainly help you study for that. We have a very active group here in Manhattan of amateur radio operators who love to help others become amateur radio operators.
The motto for the evening was, "Be aware, be prepared." Amy Davis was surprised Thursday afternoon when the town hall she thought she was attending at Wamegos Valley Vista turned out to be, in fact, a celebration in her honor. Beth Day with the Times Pottawatomie County has that story.
Davis is the Valley Vista Director of Nursing. When she came into the room, it wasn't just the regional vice president she saw. It was Nate Schema, president and CEO of the Good Samaritan Society, the organization which owns Valley Vista. Schema was in Wamega to present Davis the Ever Forward Award. He explained one of the Good Samaritan Society's programs is recognizing outstanding leaders across the organization, each year recognizing 6 on the national level. Schema read portions of the nomination.
Amy's dedication to service doesn't stop with the residents. As the Director of Nursing, she is more than just an administrator to our team. She is our linchpin, especially when it comes to team building and recognizing her team's accomplishments. She is extremely creative and is constantly thinking outside the box to make staff feel as appreciated and valued as possible.
Davis says it's residents and coworkers which makes her job so fulfilling.
I appreciate the love that they give me, but really that's what makes me so happy when I come every day is the love that they give me and the time that I can spend with them, and my coworkers are fabulous.
Davis, along with other champions, will be honored in June at a banquet in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This is Beth Day for the Times of Pottawatomie County and KMAN Radio.
The Kansas Senate unanimously advanced a measure this week that clarifies statute when counties expand their Board of County Commissioners. House Bill 2661 was brought about as a result of Pottawatomie County voters approving expansion 2 years ago. Many assumed that would happen last year, but state law dictated that it couldn't happen until this year, since county elections are held in Kansas in even-numbered years. State Representative Kenny Titus says the passage of this bill means counties will no longer have to wait more than a year to get new commissioners in place.
We've clarified that general elections occur every fall, and since we're having fall elections, that gives us an opportunity in those odd number years, which is not traditionally when we elect county commission offices. It allows us to speed up that process.
State law also requires counties to have no more than a simple majority on the ballot each election cycle. Titus says counties are allowed some grace on that, but the state law spells out how counties get elected officials then back on the regular election schedule.
So, for example, for Pottawatomie County, it'll happen this fall. We'll elect 4 of the 5 commissioners, and then in 2 years, the 2 new commission positions, so it'd be seat 4 and seat 5, they'll only get 2-year terms, and then we'll have 3 people up in 2026, and in 2028, it'll be 2 commissioners.
The bill also eliminates the governor's role in determining how and when counties can expand. Budget season is drawing near for the Riley County Police Department. The Law Board will start the process of spelling out the 2025 budget in April. Director Brian Peet says he's cognizant of the Law Board's intent to maintain a lean budget and says they've done a lot of internal homework looking at the interior allocation of funds and how it attracts new personnel.
It is unsustainable and I think irresponsible for law enforcement agencies to take advantage of the current situation to keep trying to outbid each other as far as salary and benefits. It's just not fair. You know, if you want to protect the community, you serve the community, you kind of don't want to look out for their pocketbook as well.
Pete says RCPD intends to bring forth a very responsible request for its 2025 budget and will be seeking grant opportunities when possible.
Our law board member, they're stewards and they're representative of our community. And, to me, it's a spit in the eye if we disregard what they're seeing and what they're bringing because our citizens have the ear of our law board members.
Formal adoption of the budget will take place in June.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. The K-State baseball team made it 10 straight by hammering out 18 hits, 3 of them homers in besting Texas last night, 14-6. The win marks the first time in Pete Hughes' tenure at K-State that the Cats have reeled off 10 straight wins as they move to 6-1 in Big 12 play with the opener of the weekend set against the Longhorns. Game 2 of the series tonight at 6. Coverage on News Radio KMAN takes the air at 5:30. Pablo Lopez pitched 7 sparkling innings as the Twins beat the Royals 4-1 on opening day in Kansas City. Cole Reagan struck out 9, a Royals record for the first game of the year, but suffered the loss after pitching 6 strong innings. Those teams are off today before resuming the set tomorrow. High school baseball yesterday, Rock Creek bested Wamego 4-1. Today, Manhattan High is slated for a doubleheader in Topeka. In softball, Rock Creek and Wamego split a doubleheader. Wamego taking Game 1 6-0 behind Peyton Hardenberger's no-hitter. Rock Creek wins the nightcap 9-7. Riley County dropped both ends of a doubleheader against Chapman 3-0 and 11-1. Today, the Manhattan High softball team will host Topeka High for a double dip. Manhattan High pole vaulter Eli Strawn set a new school mark at the Junction City meet yesterday, a vault of 14 feet 2 inches. In the NCAA tournament, Grant Nelson's go-ahead three-point play with 38 seconds remaining was the difference as Alabama beat top-seeded North Carolina 89-87. The Bama squad advances to take on Clemson after the Tigers knocked out Arizona. The Tide will take on Clemson after the Tigers knocked out Arizona 77-72. Terrence Shannon Jr. scored 29. Illinois eliminates Iowa State 72-69. And Brad Underwood's team will next meet top-seeded and defending NCAA champion UConn. It advanced by besting San Diego State 82-52. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.